Hi everyone, Andrew here. Welcome to my channel. Today's video I'm going to do double unboxing out of my brand new Hyperspear Beyblade burst tops. They are Wizard Fafnir F5 D70 TH06 and Uni Achilles A5 D77 TH12. And for the back of a Wizard Fafnir F5, whose H is initial that has like an infinite symbol, faded from the white to yellow, orange, and magenta. It has about 4 times the run time frequency and 2 times the drop frequency. We have a Xcalius chip, which I have the first Xcalius chip or GT chip for short turn that can spin left, and it has a stamina type energy layer base. Whose absence is that is the same as Fafnir F4. Fafnir F4 and Wizard Fafnir F5 has no rubbers, no blue rubbers. Both of them just share the same material as plastic. It can be sometimes disappointing of us who are biggest fan of a free and even Fumia. It has the D70, the disc that says Ratchet, whose gimmick has been stripped to facilitate disc frames. And we also have a TH00 that is called Rise Hyperspear Performance Driver, which has the same term with a Beyblade Burst Rise and Rise Performance Driver, which is pretty much convenient of having the same word Rise. Of course, the word Rise is shared by performance tip of the same name and Beyblade Burst Rise logo. That would be much appreciative. And for the Uni Achilles stats, it's about twice the runtime frequency and 4 times the drop frequency. It has the GT chip, which it could be better. It could have printed decals to match its Takara Tomy counterpart. And for the balance type, which Hasbro keeps the power armor that you may feel free to take off. Armor infused with a plastic residue. And for the D77, it is called Comfort, that do not have a yellow plastic material like its assumed brother from Takara Tomy, that you could switch modes. But for Hasbro, you can facilitate the frames, but I don't care, as I said earlier. And TH12, that is called the Xtender-H. Here I'm going to make a comparison between Xtender-H Performance Driver. So that's it for me to to speed up as I open these bad boys. So I have two hybrid spear launchers like these. And two white ripcords. For the model, nothing special. And we have two instructions. One instruction comes from the Wave 1 that has navy blue text that says 8 years old and up. And probably the wave number 3 has the white text that says 8 years old and up in the middle of a navy blue perfect circle. Maybe it is probably because that Hasbro decided to keep Uni Sword, more like a power armor infused with residue made of plastic. When you remove the Uni Sword, you can have the speed mode. And when you put the Uni Sword, you can get to the power mode. So we start with a Fafnir GT Chip, whose middle part is made of plastic to resemble middle part of Takara Tomy weight. The middle part made up of plastic to look like that middle part of sand plastic weight. And there's no metal, as you can tap. Yep, no metal. As you press your finger, tap your finger like this. So this is the plastic sand middle part. Plastic sand middle part. More like a plastic sand. More like plastic sand weight middle part. Made of the same material. Yes, I said plastic sand weight middle part that has 6 claws on it. It has 2 holes with a green hoop that has their aero part connecting with a plastic sand waste metal part. It has two openings with two Fafnir heads. That is, we have a 3 golden claws on the front view. On its neck that has a 4 parallelogram points that looks like the claws are on its back. And for the Fafnir head with a red eye, it kind of looks like that of a Fafnir F5. It is because 2 horns on its upper jaw and a 2 pointy neck. It doesn't have a detail of a teeth, but it kind of looks like it wears the mask. And for its head, it kind of looks like the fire, and that one is kind of like irregular. It's kind of like a regular shape. That is next to the fit-in part that you can press it into the next layer base. That is called Wizard. And for that dagger, it's not painted. And here's one easy QR code, so you can go ahead and scan it out. Feel free to do so. And for the Wizard layer base, that is infused with plastic sand weight. Plastic sand weight. On both sides of a plastic sand weight, we have 2 curves. Of course, like 2 curves with 3 baseball shapes that resemble Fafnir fingers and claws. They are just in the middle of each baseball shape. They also that kind of looks like a line that could kind of look like a rectangular letter C shape, and the upper side is kind of a straighter and rectangular flatter version of the letter S. Pretty much look like that way. And for the Fafnir's head, quite nothing that special, exception is kind of modded into like, it's modded to look like a Beyblade bread or whatever. Not very special, not even a mask of a Fafnir F5 to resemble that of its avatar form. But for a mask, it is like that. It's like that of the bunny-like protrusion, and it's a forehead on the center. It's kind of look like the shape, the head of a dragon, glyph dragon. And for the blue rubber, there's a letter, the letter M on the left side. For the middle, that is like like a curve, but with feeling like a sharper. And for the 3 mountain peaks alike, it's made of plastic, not rubber, just like the guy's Fafnir F4 has, which is sometimes bad for most of us who are like a biggest fan of not just free, But the one that free himself expire is Fumiya, since he was the kid watching free. Yes, I know that. I dislike Fine as he has a sadistic habit of breaking Beyblades, much like other in which I hate even so much. So even so much, it's illegal for other to trespass and break into the battle between Delta and Iger. It has two plastic parts filled in with two square-shaped holes to facilitate QR code, and the two hollow parts that you can make a one-time snap. And for this back side, there it has a hollow. That's how the Wizard has the plastic parts, not rubber parts. So here we got the Ratchet, Hasbro Ratchet disc. It kind of looks like the baby brother or baby sister to the Takara Tomy Ratchet Force disc. Design, it may be the same, that because it may have a two longer version of the trapezoid shapes alike, center with the curve part that's to be smaller, and the another one below that is like larger. It also has an arrow between the curved lines. And for the side, there has four rectangular parts that has the longest sleeve. There is no blue-green gimmick that contains free spinning. It just have the two openings that you can put the facilitate frame discs. And this one, it has 4 stars on the hollow part on the back view of this disc. When you flip it upside down, it kind of looks like that's a longer stairs or I may not be familiar with. And here's, last but not least, Rise Hyper Spear Driver. It has the motif. It has the longer line that has looks like that. It's kind of like the outline for the Achilles, but with the 2 sharper edges. And for the stick legs, quite a bit bigger, leaving the symbol to be like smaller. It has it in curved words that's like copyrighted HMBB, Vietnam, copyright Tomy, and also 19 Hasbro SA. It has a code number that says, it has a product number that is like a V2976B, and also number E7711. And for the top view of this driver, which kind of looks like a board plain bar version of an X with a cross, center with the biggest version of a worn out semi-defense. And for it has two parts that kind of looks like a clip, but you cannot make a clip noise. And it has this part that contains two lines, four simple protrusions, four halves of the two fans, and the two kinds that two parts center with the curved part. So that is about the Hyper Spear. Pretty much like it. And next part we have, of course, this is Achilles. This is Achilles. It has a shield centered with a silver printed decal sword, and also two dorsal fins, two sabers, infused with a blank hexagon made of plastic, like this. And a printed decal sword is in addition to the metal part of a Uni Achilles from Takara Tomy, leaving this GT chip half plastic. It has the shield forehead. The head is kind of looks like a goose, infused with a claw above the head of Achilles. It also have the outline for the fire touching the chin of Achilles' helmet, with the three claws, and for the lower edges of Achilles' helmet. And for the flames, pretty much like a flame, more like the outline of flame shield. And has the two daggers centered with one plastic filled in. And on the back, this leaves you the QR code, so feel free to scan it for your Beyblade Burst app. And stay tuned for the Beyblade Burst tournaments to do so that you can scan the QR code, which we believe that to be outdated. And stay tuned for the Beyblade tournament, like Sinky, Ilunuk, JoJo, Super Beyblade Family, Blast Zone Kid, Left Burst, Funny with the Bugs, and probably more. And here's the optional part that has a Uni Sword, that has a power armor with a blue parts. Blue parts, of course. That kind of looks like of a saber sword. I mean saber. Saber, which its edges looking like a plane, leaving the upper part to be like, it's kind of looks like a cliff with a dorsal part that you could put a sticker on it. And for the edge, it has a crystal on it. Run this crystal on it. Two blades are infused with a Ratchet plastic part made up of plastic. As I said earlier, but I don't care. Yes, it is made up of plastic. It's made up of plastic. When it comes to the residue, one leg it has the baseball shape in the middle of the 6 engraved smaller a little like gaps. One is in the are like the smaller gaps I mean to say, and one is a curve to have firm and lines. That it kind of looks like the cut part of the body skin. And for the legs, this kind of looks like a half of the face bolt from the Metal Fight Saga, but with the two rectangular plastic parts. And Uni Sword has two claws that kind of looks like the crab arms. And for the sabers, kind of looks like this dual bar. It fits with a sword, and that piece that kind of looks like a metallic glue. Metal glue or aluminum glue, but with a rectangular that has a perfect outline. Really so well. That leads up at the side that has two face balls on it. Two face balls shaped alike. One is in it has the 3 bars, and the one is in have 3 lines. And on its back, to be like filled in, while Uni Sword, nah, not really that much hollow. And this is a Union layer base. Union layer base that has a hollow to make an illusion of a metal residue weight from Takara Tomy. Like that. Each part has 3 face bolts shaped alike to be a hollow out. Like this. With a middle with attached with a fill in to make a contact with 2 that has one face bolt to make it fill in for the Union Sword from the speed mode when it comes to the Uni Achilles layer base. And one side has a sticker on it. And for the saber, it kind of looks similar to the Turbo Achilles saber, with the crystal on it, with a line that kind of looks like a check mark. And for the handle, and for the saber, it's made up of plastic. It is made up of plastic. Same goes with the hollow part. And for the handles, they has the perfect perfect circular spear part with the golden printed saber that kind of looks like an upper turbo Achilles, and pointy edges, a pointy part, and the pointy edges. That's to have two holes on each side, and that's one is kind of like a curve that can feel it so like normal. And these swords are to be the hollow out, leaving the middle part to be filled in. I'm not too sure if a Uni Achilles I may have a recoil, but I would like to test it to see if the slopes are really so good as we talk about from the Turbo Achilles 8.4 unboxing. So go ahead and check it out just in case you haven't seen it. Turbo Achilles is really so wonderful. I wonder if the Uni Achilles have a stronger slopes than the Achilles and the Turbo Achilles. I hope the slopes will be so good. Don't want to be the bias about it, but yeah. We know that the Achilles layers has the most of a weak mechanism in slopes when it comes to distributed by Hasbro, which is quite that unfortunate. Here's the comfort that has no plastic. The plastic to cover the metal part. They just looks like a model. With the one part that has the two, not just two but four perfect dots centered with a triangular part, making contact with a curved gap, and also the part that has the two dots and the one button that has the triangular button. That kind of looks like a Takara Tomy Comfort that has a yellow plastic on it. That you can switch modes for your Takara Tomy Comfort Force discs. And for the two lines, that is the VCA Tate. Oh yeah, sorry about it. I had to back up on my videos so I can make more videos. So here's how I save on my free storage space. Free up a storage space for this part. So here we go. Curved part of these two teeth. Same goes with this side, and for this, the way they like a tree-shaped popsicle alike, it has no dots or arrow. That's leave to have a hollow part in the middle of the two dots, and for this part, nothing that special, exception of that the triangular part to be flattened out. And this force disc can have 2 stars, and this force disc can have 2 stars. Before I go over with the Xtender Hybrid Spear performance tip, that is for like RT, that stands for Ratchet, and the color of a Rise Hybrid Spear performance driver is orange. It is like orange, but not as brighter as these of the base stadiums like a Colossus and Hypersphere base stadiums. And that's that. And last but not least is Extender Hypersphere Performance Driver. I see this, and there is no center protrusion in the middle of a wide ball performance tip. And this performance tip has 4 gaps with about 12 lines, leaving the base to be plain. It has the 2 areas that can have hole, making a space for the plain nails. One plain nail in the middle of the 2 triangular teeth to be like a widened out. How is that possible? It has the one sharper gap below that one. That is like a smoother edge. Onto the 4 parts that is kinda like plain, but with a line that creating a little bit gap between the bar part and also the piece of the disc part or whatever. I could not recall or may not familiar, but with the middle 2 areas that do not have plain nails, they are the 2 stairs, and one rectangular below that smoother gap just a little bit to have a disc with a wide ball tip, and the color is crimson with an iron feeling, as you can see. Looks like sparkling. Looks like a sparkling. So like a wonderful. And it has a number like a B 297060B. And on the back, number E 7714. And for the back, you say the number E 7714. Here's an Extender Hypersphere multi with an arrow. With an arrow attached with the leg, more like the foot. It has an arrow that can turn right from the straight shorter horizontal line. It's like on the front of multiple lines in the middle that do not have an arrow on it, but it has like a shape like anchor, fish anchor, like thingy. Looks pretty much like it, with an iron feeling. Pretty that nice to facilitate. It's kind of looks like in the process of course, Hyperflex, but it is not that golden. So I'm moving the components to compare with Xtend-H performance tip. The difference is that on the left side, this performance tip has ER after the word extend. It's like in the middle of an dash hyperspear. It is called Xtender-H. There's no cylindrical protrusion in the middle of this performance tip. And the design is designated to be the widened out with the two areas pretty center with two plain nails. It's shaped like a fountain, a peeling fountain. That design kind of reminds me of the button, or maybe the design of the fountain that I saw in the middle of Natural History Museum and the Science Center of Balboa Park. Pretty much it looks like that with maybe a teeth. The head is that is a top to be flat, leaving the top part to be bent like that, and leaving that part to be like leaving the part to be the bent like that, like this, bent like that. And it looks like the disc. Looks like a disc with 4 gaps that has 3 lines. That's so nice. An extender motif. It has an arrow. It has the arrow attached with the foot. On the front of the line, there has another foot mirror each other. This is how it mirrors these feet. This is how the feet are making the contact with each other. Looks like a reflection. And for the extend slingshot performance tip, it has no letters like ER. The design looks similar to the original Extend performance driver. Oh yes, with the 4 telephones with 8 teeth and the 2 plain nails that make it contact with the square shaped plate or simple shaped plate. It has the barrel center with a centricular protrusion in the middle of this performance tip. And that one, perhaps and for rectangulars that they can have 2 lines. It has the openings that you can make, like this is a battery mode. Once you lift the tab and turn clockwise, you can have whole flat version of extend slingshot tip. This is how we call slingshot mode. And the color is pretty much like a kind of orange than that of a Xtender Hyperspear performance driver. And for the icon, nothing special, nothing that special, because it has the pretty much like the shoe with the turning left, and the line is going to the right. With that's similar to that of Beyblade G-Revolution video game on Game Boy. Pretty much like that when you do your best of launching your plastic Beyblade from your Game Boy. It has a foot with a bent line, of course, with a straight line, vertical straight line. Of course, it has the two foot to make it contain a chopper, but that leg is kind of looks like that leg is kind of looks like that of H of the sea turtle foot, and it has a kind of simple version of crab arm, like that, but with the stem. And for another leg, that you can see with a straight line going to the left all the way to the right to the top. That's how my difference is between Xtender Hyperspear and Xtend Slingshot performance drivers. And that's how I try my best of making differences. So we're moving on to scale. So we have the Fafnir F5 GT chip that is about 3.1 grams. And we have the Wizard layer base that contains no rubber on it. 7.7 grams. And when you combine GT chip and Wizard layer base, you can get 10.8 grams. And we have a Ratchet force disc. It is about 19.6 grams. And Rise-H performance tip is 8.5 grams. So yeah, as I test Wizard Fafnir F5 once off screen, and I do it again, and as I confirm, it turned out to be Loose mechanism in slope. Loose mechanism in slope, which can be not good for those of us who are like expertise or like fans of Fumiya, whose inspiration comes from the freeze match with Phi. So you can get 39 grams. This is what Wizard Fafnir F5 about. Here we have a GT Chip Achilles, 3.4 grams. And here's a Uni Sword that is about 4.3 grams. And here we have a layer base called Union in the speed mode, 8.7 grams. And when you put the Uni Sword onto layer base, you can get power mode that is about 13.1 grams. And when you insert the GT chip, that you can get 16.5 grams. And without a Uni Sword, Achilles layer is about 12.2 grams. And for the convert force disc, 19.4 grams. And here goes the Xtender Hybrid Spear tip, 8.9 grams. And the butts for Xtender Slingshot Performance tip from the Rail Rush battle set, that is 6.5 grams. So as I test the mechanism in slopes twice, one was a speed mode and one was power mode. Nevertheless, mechanism in slope is pretty that strong. Pretty much stronger than C Achilles and Turbo Achilles. And voila! This is how the strong mechanism in slopes works. Then you can get 40.4 grams. And we have a Uni Sword that you can put it on top. I mean, we have a Uni Sword that you can put on top. And again, strong mechanism in slope is pretty strong. Pretty strong. Then you can get 44.8 grams. why it has a strong mechanism in slopes? That is because of the slopes is quite that bigger than those of the Achilles and Turbo Achilles. The same slopes from splicing its two energy layers, one from the starter pack and one from Epic Rivals battle set. And C Achilles and Turbo Achilles share the same slopes with splicing its two mechanism in slopes. But the mechanism in slopes is quite different. While splicing its two mechanism in slope tends to be like moderately strong, but for the C Achilles, because the poor mechanism in slope due to the lack of metal, you can get weak mechanism in slope. This is how cause C Achilles get bursted most of the time. But for the same slopes from Turbo Achilles. But it can be prevented when you give a Turbo Achilles power launch. That is why it has a strong mechanism slope. It is because of it kind of matches the same design of a mechanism in slope from other GT chips. And this is how the mechanism slopes get stronger. Pretty much, I love this. I love this guy. So without further ado, we do like one time, or maybe the one-time launcher for Fafnir F5 and a two-time launch for Uni Achilles because of two modes. First, I'll start by test launching Wizard Fafnir F5 Ratchet Xtender-H. And I will use Xcalius X3 sword launcher to do so in the Hyperspear Base Stadium. Three, two, one, let it rip! Whoa! First it hits the brink, then the Wizard Fafnir F5 jumping around the vertical wall. Then it takes the brink most of the time. After that, Wizard Fafnir F5 takes the battle ring floor, the middle part of this base stadium. This is where Wizard Fafnir F5 starting to the wobbling. This is where Wizard Fafnir F5 has started to wobbling kind of quickly, and it stops. I mean, it has already stopped. For the test battle, I'll use Riptide Blast Launcher, but I will hold on to it to see. I give 3 test battles using Wizard Fafnir F5 against Uni Achilles A5. 3 matches between Wizard Fafnir F5 versus Uni Achilles A5. Then I'll use Master Key String Launcher to launch Uni Achilles A5. Convert Xtender-H Hyper Spear in the speed mode. And after that, I will do the same thing, but in the power mode because of Uni Sword. Uni Sword component, which can be good as optional. 3, 2, 1, let it trip! Wow, that stamina went so fast. Then Uni Achilles moved to bring about approximately 2 times. Then going a while in the vertical wall and wasted its stamina so fast. This is why the Uni Achilles A5 wasted its stamina and wobbling so quickly. Then it stops. I mean, it has already stopped. Then I will put Uni Sword to put Uni Achilles A5 in power mode. This is what Uni Achilles A4 in power mode looks like. Three, two, one, let it trip! Then it goes hopping on the vertical wall. And this is how Uni Achilles A5 did wasted its stamina. Because it is taking the center. I mean, because the Uni Achilles took the center, it may not make it to the brink unless we move into first 3 test battles between Uni Achilles A5 versus Wizard Fafnir F5. First 3 test battles between Wizard Fafnir F3 Ratchet Rise H versus Uni Achilles A5 Convert Xtender-H. Why did I say first 3 test battles between same Beyblades. Coincidentally, I want to share 3 ways. 3 ways to launch Wizard Fafnir. First test battle is that I put Wizard Fafnir F5 in the center. That's what Fumiya did to the Dante Koryu in the of course about Beyblade Burst Rise. Episode 2. Probably the first part. Fumiya did that to the Dante Koryu because he want to test his spinning capabilities because of his original Rise performance driver. I think it is from the first part of Beyblade Burst Rise, episode 2. Then I made drain Uni Achilles A5's power just like Iger did in front of Armin by removing Uni Sword component. Ever since his first match with Armin in Beyblade Burst Rise. And that's how I want Uni Achilles A5 to be in lightweight position, just like Iger Akabane did. No Uni Sword on this layer. Now I'm going to do the first test battle by leaving Wizard Fafnir F5 in the battle ring floor. That's what the Fumiya Kendo did. So I want to see if Wizard Fafnir F5 is still spin from Uni Achilles in speed mode. Here I go. And if I see the Uni Achilles A4 burst Wizard Fafnir F5 while it's laying down, Uni Achilles can win 2 points. First to get the 3 points is the winner. Round 1 start. Come on, Wizard Fafnir. Steal some spin. Steal some spin. Even Uni Achilles A5 slipped out. That means I give 1 point Uni Achilles A4. It is because of this. Uni Achilles A4 get 1 point. 1 point. Round 2 start. Whoa. Uni Achilles stay in the center and choose not to let Wizard Fafnir to steel spin. I will probably give 1 more point for Uni Achilles. And I like it. And I like it. I like it. 2-0. Round 3, start. Oh, Wizard Fafnir still got it, still got it. Okay, I will boost Uni Achilles energy layers power by giving Uni Sword to do so. And for the next second battle, I'll give Wizard Fafnir F5 hand spin. And test the slope, which is strong. Pretty stronger than Turbo Achilles and C Achilles slope. Round 1, start. Uni Achilles, let it rip. Come on, Wizard Fafnir. Zombie mode engage. Zombie mode engage. Who that was so close? Uni Achilles A5 did take 1 point. That was so close. Round 2, start. Uni Achilles, let it rip. Oh, fail. Even Uni Achilles didn't manage to burst itself. It's still pretty damn worth it. 2-0. Now I will have Wizard Fafnir to see if it can still spin even with my 2 hands. Round 3, start. Uni Achilles, let it rip. Ouch. Of course, the Uni Achilles takes another match. It did take another match. Now for the third test battle, I will give Wizard Fafnir F5 a launch by using Riptide Blast Launcher. Then I will put away, of course, Uni Sword until it gets 2 points. Round 1, start! Wizard Fafnir F5, let it rip! Oh! Knockouts finish. 1 point since the last 2 same test battles. Since the last 2 test battles, which is a pretty same for me using the 2 same Beyblades. Round 2 start. Wizard Fafnir F5. Ready, flip. Wizard Fafnir and Uni Achilles are doing a good job, making it contact each other, and yes, I got Wizard Fafnir F5 take the first win. The score is 1-1. Round 3 start. Wizard Fafnir, let it play. Come on, Wizard Fafnir F5. Steal some spin. Steal some spin from the champion. And barely. Wizard did get the win. 2-1. Round 4 start. Wizard Fafnir, let it slip. Holy shoot! The score is 3-2. Your winner is Uni Achilles conferred Xtender-H. Yes, your winner is the Uni Achilles A5 convert Xtender-H. Now, I will put Uni Sword back. And yes, the winner is Uni Achilles A5. Convert Xtender-H. Fourth test battle between Uni Achilles A5 convert Xtender-H versus Bandom Devilos Vanguard Bullet 1H. Let's see what Uni Achilles can do with Bandom Devilos since it has won the last 3 same test battles with Wizard Fafnir F5. Round 1 start. Bandom Devilos, let it hit. One to 0. And for Devilos, dude, it's like in halfway into bursting. And for the Uni Achilles, it's like first quarter into bursting. That is like insane. Round 2, start. Bandom Devilos, nearby, let it slip. Two to 0. Round 3, start. Uni Achilles, let it slip. and Uni Achilles takes the win and come back. 2-2-1. Round 4. Start. Uni Achilles and for that win. And Union did take the win. Now we will be on final round. I mean, what I say clearly is we will be on to the final round. Final round start. Banadel, D5, let it win. Winner, Bandon Devils Deep 5. Vanguard Bullet 1H. Fifth test battle between Wizard Fafnir F5 Ratchet Rise H versus Glyph Dragon D5 Steam Charge 3H. Round 1. Start! Wizard Fafnir F5, let it hit. And Wizard did take a win. Round 1 start. Fafnir, let it rip. Oops, I didn't mean anything to charge Fafnir F5. But I would like to see Fafnir try and win. Whew, that was like so close. 4 instant replay. Well, it's harder to tell, but I think it's probably the Fafnir F5 that did take the win. The score is barely 1-0. Round 2. Start. Wizard Fafnir F5, let it win. Oh, get the yucky. I mean, get the yucky. Come on, Wizard Fafnir F5. Zombie mode engage. Zombie mode. Man, that was so close for the Wizard Fafnir F5. 1-1. Round 3 start. Wizard Fafnir F5, let it rip. And Wizard Fafnir F5 did take another win. 2-1. Round 4 start. Let's try and define it quick. I mean, barely for Glyph Dragon to take a win. Final round start. Wizard Fafnir, let it break. Ooh, pretty. Wow. Wow. 4-2. At least Wizard Fafnir F5 did put up a good fight. But no, the problem is that it has a poor mechanism in slopes. Weak mechanism in slopes compared to that of Uni Achilles A5. We have a Glyph Dragon D5 Sting Charge 3H takes the final test battle. Thank you everybody for watching my long double Beyblade Burst Rise Hyper Spear unboxing video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe/follow. Otherwise, see you guys later with more videos about not just only the Beyblade but Bakugan, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Power Rangers, and more things you love. Thank you, have a good time, and do not forget to let it rip. And I out of here until I post oldest and outdated videos on the internet. See you guys later in the oldest and outdated videos. Probably. Nevertheless, have a nice and wonderful summer.